The 8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
Well, I say go fuck yourself. Then ask a question, could I kill a man? I would enjoy myself. You can't disguise evil eyes that burn up my head. This devil man and his master plan. We feel so misled, so I say, rise up, take all that. Rise up, take all that. Rise up. Hope you all understand. We got to take it all back again.
These people are not going to take it any longer. We will never give up. We will never concede. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. But go home and go home in peace. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. You do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
What's up, everybody? How are you all doing? Welcome to Monday. We did not have a Patriot Bible chat on Saturday, and I'll get to that in a second. Let's go ahead and see who's all here. We got Gerald B, first one in here. Broken Patriot. What's up, Broken Patriot? How you doing? Username Texas Antique. Hey, how you doing? Looks like old Mad Maxine has stirred up a shitstorm. Yeah, I have that here. Apparently, and I have something hitting a button. Hold on. Okay. Apparently, GOP backlash on her for inciting something. We'll see what that has to do with anything. Hold on. What was that? All right, cool. All right, everything should be back to normal. I was hitting a button the whole time. Username Texas Antiques got a new link for us. It's the night vision for $160. I am broke. We went to the gun show And $160, to be honest, bro, I don't know enough about it. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. It's got a 2.5 star rating. I don't know if that's somebody who bought something from you before that left that rating or not, or if that's a rating on those binoculars in general. But I don't know. For me, I'm not going to pick them up if I had $160, just because I don't know enough about them, and I want something a little bit higher tier. If I was just, maybe. But if anybody's interested in that, please go check it out. The link there is in chat. Thank you very much, Texas Antique, for putting that in there. I'll buy my helmet. Take a chance at bid. I missed, but coin opportunity. Never got AR. Help a brother out and check my bids. Heck yeah. He could definitely use your help. If you're looking for some surplus or some other things, he's got a helmet as well. Go check it out. I did have a little bit of money to spend. We went to the gun show on Saturday, and I bought some paperweights. One metal and one plastic. Plastic one is pretty damn light. But let's just say I did pick up one of the things that I was looking at picking up, and it'll be the first time I ever build something like that. We were talking about it, I believe, on Friday here. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. I've got to find me I gotta find me a lot of parts, and boy, it's already expensive. Let's see, 200. I forget how much I spent on that. The plastic paperweight, which I think I overspent on, was like $200, and the other one I think was 400. I think it was $400 because it came with both the lower paperweight and the stripped upper. Yeah. And I don't know if I needed to get the stripped upper, but I was like, well, at least this way I know it's going to somewhat fit, right? Because they have different curves where they meet up with the paperweight part. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right. I hope y'all doing great. Doing good as it can be expected. That's good. What's up, Caitlin? How you doing? Thank you for being here all the time, man. I really do appreciate it. Cool. All right, so Saturday we went to the gun show. We had to leave by a certain time, which we were fine on because we had to get to little girl's haircut appointment. She's been looking forward to doing that for a while, and I definitely wanted her to be able to have that. So we're getting out of there. We're a little behind. We were a little frustrated. You know, little girl doesn't like it that it takes me a while to decide. There was a couple different places selling these paperweights, and I took my sweet ass time deciding on which ones I was going to get and which ones I wasn't going to get and why and all this stuff, right? So, you know, she's frustrated on that. And anyway, I'm trying to cool out the situation. We go to leave, and we got to get there, you know. We're fine, but we got to leave. And I'm trying to get out of the state fair, which is a huge place, lots of parking, right? Well, okay. You know how parking is, right? Two cars come together and park opposite of each other, and there's rows and things like that. Well, sometimes, you know, it's just easier than going all the way down the other side to the main aisle. It's just easier to cut through an empty two-section parking area. So there it was. It was like, oh, perfect, right? There's a gap right there. It's two spots, totally empty. I can just drive the truck through there and then turn right. There is a car on my right-hand side. It's a Kia. So here I am in my truck, and here's the parked Kia. And I'm like, I'm just going to come in there and then I'm going to turn, and I'll be on my way. Well, unfortunately, that parked Kia, which nobody was in, just putting that out there. Nobody was in the parked Kia. I clipped it with my back wheel on my truck. And let's just say I ran it over. Oops. Well, my truck popped its tire, which was a problem and a pain in the ass. And apparently the spare tire that goes underneath of the bed, oh, fuck that. That didn't work or shit. was broke, and I don't even think the tire was good anyway. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna definitely change that whole system. But luckily, we both had the same insurance company, so that made it a little bit easier. Nobody got hurt, but it was just a pain in the ass. You ever have one of them days when you wake up and the first thing happens, and you're like, shit. Maybe I shouldn't have woken up today. Maybe I should just go back to bed and try this one over again. Yeah, that was Saturday. So by the end of all that, I did get home in time to do the Patriot Bible chat, but I was in no mood for it. And that's sad because I should have been, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I just wasn't in a good mood. Currently building 245s. Wow, cool. Bikes and bullets. That's pretty awesome. I'm looking at building a Glock 21. I'm going to make it with the threaded barrel. I get to put it together. I get to put all the pieces together, and I'm going to be doing it over the next few months. I'm not planning on getting it all finished at once. Plus, I'm sure there's some parts that are going to be kind of difficult to find. But I've been wanting a Glock 21 to go with the Glock 30 that I have for a very long time. And after shooting Pre-Dawn Death suppressor on his FN 45, man, that was nice. And I think I'm just going to build the 21 with, ready for suppressor. So it's going to have the suppressor heights, or the suppressor length night sights? Yeah. Threaded barrel, stuff like that. Cool. Actually, your tire had a discount on it from full price due to the warranty. Really? It cost $165 out of a possible $240. Well, I paid $150 for them damn tires, so I don't know what what kind of warranty I had on them, but it was only $150 per tire. So basically, it cost me more than what I paid for it. Sweet, awesome. Michigan is set to make the sniffle restrictions permanent. Wow. Truck tires are always expensive? Yeah, they are. And I got bigger ones than most F-150s. Like, I don't know why, but they're a little bit bigger. Michigan is moving to make the state's emergency sniffle restrictions permanent. The state regulatory agency extended their sniffle 19 restrictions this week amid a surge in positive cases and hospitalizations. However, the restrictions will expire in 6 months, which I think it's only supposed to last 1 month. And then Michigan Occupational Safety and Health Administration will need to decide whether to abandon them or to make them permanent, according to Reason magazine. You got a state that's going to make their draconian, totally anti-constitutional, bow to the king restrictions permanent in their state. Are you kidding? However, the restrictions will expire in 6 months, and then the Michigan Operational Safety and Health Administration I already read that part, though. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer promised not to send the state into another lockdown, even though the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has urged her to do so. She made it clear the only reason she hasn't acted yet is because of a state Supreme Court decision challenging her authority to issue pandemic-related executive orders. Executive orders. I have been sued by my legislator. I have lost in a Republican-controlled Supreme Court, Whitmer told NBC on Sunday. I don't have all of the exact same tools. Despite those things, we still have some of the strongest mitigation measures in the country. The Michigan Supreme Court ruled that in 1945, law Whitmer was citing to use her sniffle directives was being used illegally, but instead of pulling back, Whitmer just pivoted to a different state law that allows regulatory agencies to issue health orders. Reason noted that if Whitmer succeeded in making the sniffle restrictions permanent, there is very little the other two branches of government could do to stop their enforcement. They would need to wait for the law to change or for the next governor to repeal the policies. The outlet explained. So the Constitution does not apply. Nice. That means Michigan businesses could be forced to require customers to wear masks and social distance regardless of whether they've been given the shot or not. Ironically, Whitmer seemed to admit last week that our restrictions didn't do much at all. We still have to have a mask mandate, we still have to have our capacity requirements, and we have to get some of the strongest protocols in the country, and yet this sniffles has come raging back, she said. So, another thing. What's up, Irish? How you doing? Another thing. Sunday. All right, I get done with the whole running over a Kia. Just a bad day. Saturday was a bad day. Sunday, we're trying to get back. I'm like, okay, we have one commitment that we have to do on Sunday, but it's kind of fun one. Let's do that. And then for the rest of the day, we're just going to play VR or whatever the hell we want to do, right? And so that's what we did. And then I get on to YouTube because we're going to watch some videos from somebody, right? Hey, let's watch some videos on YouTube. And here I go. I got a strike. I forgot. I was going to bring that up at the beginning of the video and I forgot. So yes, I got a second strike on this channel on Sunday. And I don't want to deal with it. I ended up dealing with it that night. Luckily, I did because I really didn't want to. I was just so dumb. I didn't want to deal with it, but I did. So get this. It was a couple videos ago, and somebody, I guess that the person that leaves the thumbs down also flags the videos. And so it wasn't normal. It wasn't the same thing. I've had medical misinformation before because I called the sniffle something else. Right? I've had violent content because of the pictures that were blurred in the opening. But the biggest one was the medical misinformation. So I keep careful tabs on that one, and I make sure that I don't show anything violent. Or there was another one I'd gotten for showing underage kids engaged in dangerous activities. That was the Kyle Rittenhouse, who was going to be tried as an adult wielding an AR-15 in self-defense, but he's a minor, so that's a children in danger situation. Whatever. We got a strike yesterday for spamming or scamming. That was what it was. It said, you have been engaging in spamming or scamming. This is the video. They pointed to the video, right? So obviously it was a video that got flagged, and it must have been, somebody saw that, if you want to donate to my channel with your financial money, you can. However, as I've said in the video many, many times, do that if you want, right? You're not going to get anything back from it. It's just, if you want to support the channel with money, by all means, here you go. I'm not promising anything. I'm not scamming. I'm not spamming. I was like, so I responded saying, no, I don't spam anything. And the only thing that they get out of my video is me talking about the news. I don't promise anybody anything. So luckily they got back to me pretty quick, and I didn't have to send out a message today saying that I'd gotten another strike and that we were going to go to another channel. But just so that you guys are aware of this, please follow me on all my other social medias, including my Discord. If you need to know my Discord link, please let me know, and I will get you that Discord link. Because that tells me whoever was flagging and reporting my videos before is definitely back. It could happen again if we get another strike. I will report the strike on Twitter, on my other YouTube, on my Discord, and probably Gab as well. All right, cool. Now that that's all the way, let me go back. Ooh, we got a few going on. Parts are ridiculous, stupid for any Glock build. Yeah, I haven't looked. I saw a threaded 45 barrel for a Glock 21. It wasn't too bad, but most of them are out of stock. I did find one that was in stock, I think, for like $150. But I got to get the slide, which I'm thinking I might get a nice slide just because, you know, I mean, it's a few dollars more than a basic slide. And why have a basic slide when you can have a nicer one for $50 more? I haven't really decided one way or the other, but it's going to be Glock 21. So if you know of any Glock 21 parts out there other than the lower, let me know, because I'm going to be looking at that stuff really intensely the next few months. Currently building 245s. Actually, your tire... Oh, I read that part. Good luck finding the lower parts, especially the trigger and the bar and the housing. Great. Barrels too. No, I did find the one barrel. The tires on my Tacoma were 310 each. Wow. Yeah, see, no, thank you. That witch in Michigan is insane. Full stop. Canada is back on lockdown. I'm not surprised. Ooh, you got the Glock store? I used to go there back in the day. Back in the day. Let's see it. So, yeah, I mean, this is where I'd bought a lot of stuff. See, that's that's 19s. The thing is if they ever have the one I'm looking for. Because these are barrels and they're in stock, but most likely they're 9mm. So I'm not going to look for it right now, though. Irish is here. Have you have a convoy or convey warning at the bottom of the screen now? Really? I have a sniffle warning?
Yeah, you do. I have it too.
Wow. That's surprising. Oh, you know why? Because the title in the video has the sniffled word in it. The actual word. That's right. That's why. I didn't get a YouTube notice that you was streaming. Shit. I've been a bad boy trying to make money on it. You know, I get like what? A couple bucks a month. That's about it. I still haven't gotten any word on if I'm going to be monetized again ever. I just noticed that Irish, he does a cooties warning. Yep. Just so you know, everybody, the CDC and the World Health Organization, and I believe according to Wikipedia, says that it's dangerous. You should social distance. You should wear your mask at all times. You should always make sure to get any shot that they want to jab into your arm. And tell all your friends to go ahead and get that shot too, and make sure they're wearing their mask. Don't let anybody not do that, because they're selfish. They're trying to hurt you and kill grandma. All right, G21 is going to be almost impossible. We'll see. They had a lot of 9mm kits, and they were full on kits. Like they came with everything. And I thought about it, but at the same time, I can print that. I can't print a Glock 21 frame because I haven't found one for, you know, and I'm not smart enough yet. I haven't had enough experience with the printer to know how to design something like that in the software that I have. I'm sure there's a way, but I'm going to wait until somebody else comes up with a Glock 21 frame before I print that shit. So I was like, I'll get the 21, even though it's just the lower versus the other one that came with everything. Who knows? Maybe I made a mistake. The short is currently killing my aunt. Oh, the shot is currently killing my aunt that is now in intensive care after getting the damn shot. Ooh. Do you know which one she got? Did she get the Johnson & Johnson or did she get the Pfizer? With the sniffle pneumonia, she already had the sniffles before and had no problems. So why did she decide to get... I guess, I mean, everybody does their own thing. You can't teach them. You can tell them, right? But she already had the sniffles and thought she needed the shot still. Wow. Little girl told my wife the same. She's pissed. Anytime he tells me he's building a gun and it's going to cost this amount of money, I take this amount of money times 3 plus $150. actual price of the gun. Fuck you. You did the same damn thing with your little, I'm going to build the cheapest AR-15 pistol on the internet. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. That thing rivals my 300 Blackout. Sorry to hear that. I wish people wouldn't get the shot. I know how the folks are scared, but there's unknown results and long-term effects. Each build is gonna cost me about $700. Yep. I would imagine. I had before Biden took in last year, I seen one going full kit, everything you need. I believe they even had the 45. I just didn't have the money at the time. And they were selling those for like $500, $50 less than what you could buy a brand new Glock for at the time. And I was like, oh man, I really wish I had that money. I guess I should have done it. Blood clots as well. Yep, that's what they're counting. Well, that's the reports on them, is getting blood clots. She's old. Her doctors told her she needed it. Even though she had already had it and survived it, she still needed the shot. I hope y'all are planning on suing those doctors who said she needed it. Shit, I just met a woman at my job that told me her husband took the Monera shot and 8 days later passed. He had diabetes and high blood pressure. She stated that he caught pneumonia and the blood pressure was out of whack. Friend Joyce went on and got her shot because her doctor told her she needed it too. You know, and Joyce is a great lady. She knows when the scammers call. I mean, she knows that it's a scam, right? And she plays around with them. And I thought, hey, you know, she's got a good head on her shoulders. But her doctor tells her she needs this shot. And we'd talked to him a few times about that. Not a whole bunch. I mean, it's not something I bring up all the time. But she knew that we weren't scared of it. And we didn't think she was either, because she never wears her mask, and she never wanted anybody else to wear their mask. So we're like, yeah, okay, she's fine. But her doctor said she needed to get it, and she does everything her doctor says, apparently. Yeah, because different varieties of the circus. Yeah, no, I get what you said there. I see the sniffles thing. And let's see, we got Mission Control and Nibbler may have passed after Vasey. Alright, $279. You get a ballistic helmet, tactical level 3A, 3A med with face guard. Ooh. Dude, you gotta get better pictures, bro. I mean, just helpful hints right here. I can kind of see that it's a face shield, but it's so blurry and so badly lit. Go outside with that on and take a picture with a smartphone or a camera that's better. I mean, this one's not bad. I still think it's dark. Could still have a more light, but okay, that one's just horrendous. It's blurry. He turned and took a picture. Same thing. Get better looking photos. This one isn't bad. I guess it's the inside. It's the inside. And a little bit closer of a shot. Alright. So if you need a ballistic helmet, level 3A with face guard, there you go, $279. You can buy it now. It's used. I don't know anything about that. So make sure you do your own research on it. Minnesota National Guard says joint team with Minneapolis police was target of a drive-by popping. 2 guardsmen were injured early Sunday morning when someone fired at a Minnesota National Guard and Minneapolis Police Department neighborhood security team, the Minnesota National Guard said. According to the Minnesota National Guard, the shooting occurred around 4:19 a.m. when someone in a light-colored SUV opened fire on an Operation Safety Net security team that was watching over the neighborhood. One guardsman was injured from shattered glass and was taken to a local hospital to be treated, and another sustained superficial injuries. I'm relieved to know that none of our guardsmen were seriously injured, Major General Sean Mankey from the National Guard and Adjunct General said in a statement. My goodness, it's way too many. Sean said that, yeah, that sucks. He's fine, though. This event highlights the volatility and the tension in our communities right now. I ask for peace as we walk through this difficult time, he added. The Minnesota National Guard, according to a statement, was activated as part of an Operation Safety Net, a joint undertaking by the Minneapolis Police Department, the Hennepin County Sheriff Office, the state of Minnesota, and local jurisdiction to protect people, freedom of speech, and property during the Derek Chauvin trial, as well as the aftermath of the police-involved shooting of Dante Wright in Brooklyn Center. The incident on Sunday comes amid a surge in police-involved shootings throughout the country. On April 11th, the 20-year-old Wright was killed by police in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. The local police chief, who later resigned, said he believed the officer meant to draw her taser but mistakenly pulled her gun instead. A Chicago police officer shot and killed 13-year-old Adam Toledo last month. The body camera footage of the shooting was released on Thursday. Also on Thursday, the defense rested in its case in the trial of Derek Chauvin. Already? Really? The defense is already rested in Derek Chauvin's case? Chauvin, who was captured on video, yada, yada, yada. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner ruled Floyd's death a homicide. Interesting. Oh, that should be coming back any time now. Need sales for a phone? Yeah. I mean, if you're getting a smartphone, technically, if you don't want to get a smartphone, I get that, man. But there's got to be, like, go to Goodwill or some shit. Get a different, there's got to be a better photo. Or if you had some that weren't bad, they weren't blurry, right? So, and I've done really good photos with really little, hardly anything. The main thing is the more light, the better. Get as much light on it as you can. Take it outside and take a photo. And if you see that it's blurry, like zoom in on it. And if it's blurry, throw it out. Take it again and keep taking it again until you get it. And if you have to, get a tripod. Tripod at Goodwill is like $5, if that. Just, let's see. Hint: G29 and G30 trigger with bar and housing will fit a G21. Yeah, I have a Glock 30. I'm sure it would fit in the Glock 21. So that's cool. Thanks for the heads up, though. I didn't even think about that. The only thing I would like, though, is I do like the smoother trigger. And I was thinking I might actually put in an aftermarket trigger. I had a Glock 17 a long time ago that I really tricked out. And I over-tricked it, but I sold it. And the one thing I did like, though, was the nice trigger. So, I don't know. I might get a nice trigger for it. I want it to be a suppressed firearm. I don't know if it's going to be like a carry pistol. But at the same time, maybe. We'll see. Check out what I just listed on my car. I tap the link to sign up and get $30 off. $30. Wow. Backpack. I got a whole bunch of people selling stuff in my chat. This is why I'm going to get flagged. Do your own research on this. But if you want to support people that support this channel, then, these are the things that you can buy. $39 plus $10 shipping. U.S. Army ACU Digital Camo Large Assault something. Okay. Another thing you could do, East Texas Antique, is you could find like actual photos of it, right? So let me do a quick search here. We got ballistic helmet, level 3 face guard. I don't know. Can you find a Google picture of that? Like, none of these look exactly like it. But I would come in here and I would find one that is like that, right? Whichever one it is. Or even like this, So find one that's similar. Let's just say it's this one. Say it's this one, right? Right click on it. And you can't see what I did, but I used my mouse, right click, right? And then I would scroll down to save image as. And then I would just use that image. Just, you know, better than this. The only problem is it's not the same one. You'd have to find the same one. All right. Pretty nice pack. Irish is it durable? I went to the jury today in Minnesota. You went to the jury today in a minute? I'm back. I made a very offensive meme regarding Maxine and Chavin. Polish the steel parts, Stinger. World of difference. Oh, believe me. So on my Glock 30, I have the trigger that I really worked on. It's nice. So yeah, I've had plenty of time working on Glock triggers. Still like a staple gun, but it's the smoothest damn staple gun I've ever had. I have that same pack. How much with the backpack? I would trade using fleshlights for an ACOG. Hell yeah, man! I want an ACOG too. That'd be fun. What's up, Predon? It's a custom build. Only stops 380. There's the video of the other being shot. Oh, okay, it's a custom face mask. Gotcha. Foam removal needed. Okay. What's up, Mr. Tommy Boy 9? How you doing? All right. CNN Chris Cuomo, change will only happen when white kids start getting killed. Didn't they get killed in Florida? CNN Chris Cuomo claimed gun control and criminal justice reform will only happen when white people's kids starting getting killed. Shootings, gun laws, access to weapons. Oh, I know when they'll change, he said. When your kids started getting killed, white people's kids started getting killed. Cuomo then attempted to sound like a concerned white parent asking, what's going on with these police? Maybe we shouldn't even have police. I think that kind of madness, he continued, that kind of mania, well, that will be you. That will be the majority because it's your people. Later on in his monologue, Cuomo speculated that police reform might begin to happen if black people begin to arm themselves and form militias. You know what? I'd be all right with that. I was totally 100% fine with the not fucking around anymore coalition or clan or whatever you want to call them. Hilarious. Has anybody heard from that guy? I mean, I hope he got laughed out of the organization, to be honest. Anybody in that. It was hilarious. When we went to the gun show, we were looking at, paperweights. And I got to tell you, I was pleasantly surprised. There was a lot of people there of the African persuasion that were looking at 80 percenters. And I was happy about that. I'm like, you get it. You get yours, and there was the one guy who had made a comment and it almost sounded like he thought it was complete already. So I was like, no, you have to drill that out. It's not ready to go. He's like, oh, no, I know. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I didn't really know with what you said. It kind of sounded like you weren't sure. And I wanted to make sure that you knew that before you bought it and then had to put it together your damn self. Does anyone know the current price for 9mm brass? The brass? I have no idea what that is. The price. I haven't bought 9mm. I've never bought 9mm brass. But back in the day, it was pretty cheap, I think. I got to use ACOG, but we weren't allowed to qualify with them. It's cum, Stinger. Cum. If you buy or trade a used fleshlight, you may need cum removal. Thanks for explaining your joke. Got me all choked up. Night fighters are buying 80%. Maybe. I don't know. They look like upstanding citizens to me. Facing MAGA boycott, Coke gets big boost from China and global markets. The self-sustaining ecosystem of woke activism revealed itself during the Coca-Cola's recent first quarter financial reports as the company tapped growing Chinese markets to stem its U.S. losses. The Atlanta-based beverage company is facing nationwide boycotts from conservatives after leftist CEO James Quincy offensively stepped into political debate over the election integrity in Georgia. We want to be crystal clear and state ambiguously, ambiguously? I know how it's supposed to go, I can't say it. That we are disappointed in the outcome of the Georgia voting legislation, Quincy said in a statement after facing pressure from left-wing activists in the state to weigh in. The alarming level of virtue signaling has confounded many and given one once cozy relationship that Republicans maintained with big businesses. But the missing piece of the puzzle now seems to be China, which is allowing globalist companies to expand their market even as the sniffle restrictions and other left-driven crises lead U.S. markets to contract. China maintains a symbolic relationship with radical leftist politicians, including President Joe Biden and his family, by providing them dark money campaign funds and other resources in return for policies that are more favorable to China and less often to America. In return, businesses that engage in activist virtue signaling that helps buoy the harmful progressive agenda are able to buy themselves into the Asian market, earning favorable arrangements under China's system of social credits. Stateside Coke has been the subject of negative headlines since coming out and against Georgia's election integrity bill. Calls from conservative leaders, including former President Trump, to boycott the company may have led to its decision to take a more conciliatory approach by declining to sign a New York Times advertorial. We believe the best way to make progress now is for everyone to come together to listen respectively, share concerns, and collaborate on a path forward, the company said in a statement. Wow, good luck with you selling your poison. We remain open to productive conversations with advocacy groups and lawmakers who may have differing views, it continued. It's time to find common ground. In the end, we will all want the same thing. Free and fair elections are the cornerstone of our democracy. Yes, I would love free and fair elections. I still think we'd be better off if it was a die you had to dip your finger in. I would even be okay with not having to mandate somebody have a driver's license. If they really, really want no driver's license required to vote, I'd be okay with dipping your finger in something that can't come off for a day or two. As far as absentee, you got to have ID and you got to have a signature for that, right? For many conservatives, it was likely too little too late. It comes on the heels of another controversy in which the company forced employees to undergo a training seminar that encouraged them to try to be less white. I remember that one. On social media, some suggested that the appropriate time to end the boycott of companies like Coke and Delta Airlines would be when CEOs who supported the politically diverse statements stepped down. I agree with that. But whether the company will feel the pinch remains to be seen. In an announcement in its recent earnings projections, there was a nary a word about the possibility of a sustained boycott leaving a mark on its second quarter earnings. Instead, it claimed that a rapid return to pre-sniffle normalcy in restaurants, stadiums, and public places could offer a major revenue jolt. As of March, production had returned to the 2019 level, the beverage giant said. The first quarter volume growth was particularly strong in China, which was locked down last year. Quincy said the company remains on track to deliver 2021 earnings that match or exceed 2019, but he cautioned that sales could still slip back due to another sniffle relapse from socially irresponsible deplorables. From socially irresponsible deplorables. Okay. Global sniffle cases recently hit a new peak, he said, and that could cause some markets to shut down again. Well, just don't forget, Coca-Cola, no thank you. East Texas outlaws, what are we talking about now? 200 rounds of 45 and 200 rounds of 10 millimeter today. That's what's happening. Hell yeah, man. I still got a lot of rounds of 45. I don't have any 10 millimeter, and I thought about that. I thought, man, I'm building this Glock 21. What if I just build a Glock 20 instead? And I'm like, now is not the time to get into a new caliber. And I got to keep reminding myself of that. This is not the time to do that. Let's just focus on stuff that we already have and maybe shore up some gaps. I already have a Glock 30. It's been my daily carry for many years. I would like to have a full-length Glock 45. I would also like to have a 10 millimeter, but as I said, I'm not going to get into a new caliber. Not yet. So it's going to be the 45. Night Fighters are buying 80%. Already read that. Been thinking about bartending some 5.56 or bartering some 5.56 for 45 lately. Can't find 45. Yeah, that's what Predon had told me too. That's why I bought like 500 rounds. It wasn't bad. It was bad, but it was like $350 for 500 rounds of remanufactured ammunition. 45 ACP. East Texas Outlaws. Hey, said we can't chat on Sundays. May have to start my own chat. There you go, Predon. I was there. Not this Sunday. I was on there last Sunday. Nobody showed up. And then this Sunday, I just needed a break, man. Because... and I need my weekends back. So, there's that. My next video will have both of you in it. Nice. Ducey banned the sniffle passports here in Arizona. Yeah, I know. I got a story about it. I'll get to that. My DL has not for federal official use on it. Think about that. Yet it's a must for buying guns and everything federal law regulated. The 20 and the 21 are the same lower in parts. It's not the same lower. There are small differences, right? So here's your lower. This is a Glock 21 magazine. So the Glock 21 mag goes in, but a Glock 30 mag wouldn't go all the way in. So there's that, right? The grip is longer on the 21, and the front end is a little bit longer, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, it's a bit longer. There's the differences on the 21 and the 30. Oh, I'm sorry, the 20 and the 21. Yeah, it's the same. You're right. It's the same thing. Yeah, I understand that. The only difference is the magazine and the barrel. And I thought about getting the conversion kit for a long time. I never did. I'm going to send you an email. You might find what you're looking for. Not sure many people know about this site, but still have a lot of merch. Nice. Thank you very much, Armed Archangel. I look forward to getting that.
I just sent it to you via Discord.
All right. Well, I'll look at that after. Could this pimp be our only hope for saving democracy? I have no idea. I think this is Project Veritas, right? In 2014, I applied for a position overseeing a journalism training program with the National Journalism Center, an offshoot of the Young Americans Foundation. I made it reasonably far in the interview process and was checking all the right boxes, or so I thought. For several years, I'd worked at a mid-sized daily newspaper, and I had spent the previous school year teaching journalism at both high school and university level. I was also coming into my own as conservative journalist, having just submitted a Washington Times piece about the impact of Obama's immigration crisis on public schools, which then online editor Monica Crowley called terrific. But after coasting through several rounds of screening at the Foundation's Northern Virginia headquarters, I met with a YAF president, Ron Robinson, and was promptly thrown for a loop. "What's your opinion of James O'Keefe?" he asked. I had been about 5 years since O'Keefe, then 25, burst onto the national spotlight for a Hidden Camera's expose revealing the leftist group Acorn's tactic support of child exploration and prostitution. In the shocking collection of videos, the seriousness of the charge is somewhat diminished by the comically ludicrous appearance of O'Keefe dressed up like a pimp. As if plucked from the early New Jersey frat party, his sartorial inspiration for the costume seemed to have gleaned entirely from Scumbag Steve meme. Amazingly, O'Keefe's sting operation with fellow activist Hannah Giles managed to bring down Acorn, which had been growing in influence amid murmurs of its suspicious voting registration practices. But after the story broke, O'Keefe had taken his share of licks that included a $100,000 settlement for an invasion of privacy in the Acorn case and a guilty plea to a misdemeanor charge of entering federal property under false pretenses during an attempt to film the office of then Senator Mary Landrieu from Louisiana. Back at the YAF interview, I stammered at Mr. Robinson's question, trying to quickly to formulate the most diplomatic way of saying that O'Keefe's tactics went against every ounce of my training and belief in what journalism represented. Whenever it came out was not the right answer, my job prospects seemed to sink further as the conversation progressed. I controlled myself afterward with the knowledge that I had taken the principled stand and could never have condoned, much less taught, to young aspiring reporters the brand of guerrilla journalism that O'Keefe and his fledgling Project Veritas were engaged in. But oh, what a difference a Trump presidency makes. I would now argue that O'Keefe and those like him are the last hope of preserving any vestige of honest shoe leather reporting in the media industry at large. Moreover, they may be the last guardians of democracy in a corrupt system that is careening off the cliff at an alarming rate under current democratic leadership. That's all I'm going to read about that one. Nope, same lower G20. Yeah, for some reason I read that wrong, Bikes. I was thinking you said the Glock 21 and the Glock 30, or the Glock 20 and the Glock 30. Yeah, no, I get you. It's the same frame, 100%. I knew that. I looked into it a long time ago, as I said, to convert my Glock 30 into a Glock 29. I think it's the 29, right? Yeah, the 29 is the 10 mil, and the 20 is the 10 mil, and the Glock 21 and the Glock 20 and the Glock 20 or 31. Yeah, I have too many fucking numbers. Politically ambiguous Abram walks delicate line in Georgia's vote Darfine debacle. President Joe Biden called Georgia's new voting law an atrocity. A leading black bishop called for a national boycott of companies headquartered in the state. But when Stacey Abrams, the state's well-known voting rights advocate, is asked about the law that has sent much of her party on fire, she is critical but measured. Perhaps the failed gubernatorial candidate, whose fingerprints are on many of the vote Darfing issues that legislators addressed the law, does not wish to be too closely attached to the fallout, including potential economic impact of her state working people of color. While denying the Darfing part, Abrams hyped the fact that the efforts of her activist network had increased black voting and brought victory to Biden and two far-left senators. These are laws that respond to an increase in voting by people of color, Abrams told the Associated Press recently, but she discouraged boycotts and reassured Democrats that they can still win races under the new rules, even as she hoped they would be struck down in the courts. The approach demonstrates how Abrams, a former and potentially future candidate for governor, is navigating the politics in the new battleground. Abrams, her allies say, knows statewide Democratic victories. Whether Biden's in November or her own in 2022 require winning more than just Democrats, radically diverse and liberal-based outrage over the GOP's attempt to make it harder for some citizens to vote. If you're a citizen, you have an ID. If you don't have an ID and you're a citizen of this United States of America, then you, sir, are being as free as possible. And knowing that to live that level of free, to not have an actual ID, my hat's off to you, man. I would love to do that. Me and Riddle at one point were talking, how cool would it be to just go camping and never come back? Right? Get rid of everything we have and just live off the land. You know how hard that would be to be sovereign citizens? Democrats also need moderate voters who are more reluctant to take sides on the matter. Stacey been responsible. She's tried to create a dialogue where we can create change. All right. So that's exactly what she's doing. She's wanting to run again. So she's going to try to appeal to all the moderates in her district. What's up, Chad Lily? It's been a while. It's just 15 days and now it's just permanent. All because of people lying on TV to people stupid enough to listen. Everyone gets what they deserve. Yeah, it's a G29 and G30, the same 20 and 21. Yeah. No, I remember. I'm about to unleash it. Ooh, guns. You coming in hot. Talking about I'm about to unleash it. I don't know what you're about to unleash, but I'm a little bit frightened. I ain't gonna lie. All right, journalist got doxxed. This guy got doxxed. Or no. I guess he didn't. The journalist didn't get doxxed. The journalist says a paramedic got doxxed who donated $10 to Kyle Rittenhouse's legal defense. That's how petty we are in 2021. Gregory Hoyt, Law Enforcement Today, a 37-year-old investigative journalist that works for a local ABC outlet in Utah, has been called out online for doxing a local paramedic who allegedly donated $10 to a legal defense fund for Kyle Rittenhouse back in 2020. This investigative journalist went so far as to go to this paramedic's home and publish his name online, all in the name of investigative journalism. Jason Nugan is 37-year-old investigative journalist that decided to pin the article called "Utah Paramedic Donates to Kyle Rittenhouse Defense Fund After Arrest." Where's this Salt Lake City-based journalist decided to use his personal and ABC's Force platform to dox a paramedic for donating $10 to Kyle Rittenhouse's legal defense fund back on August 30th, 2020. Nigan was able to obtain the personal information of this paramedic by the way of a data breach that outed the information of numerous individuals that donated money to Rittenhouse's legal defense fund. To get an understanding of the blatantly lacking significance of a $10 donation that is paramedic allegedly made, Rittenhouse was able to make bail that was set to $2 million following his arrest in 2020. Overall, this paramedic allegedly contributed very, very little of the funds needed for him to be getting his bail. In Nigan's report, he released the individual's first and last name, released the name of his current employer, and went to the individual's home and even published the photo of the house online for anyone and everyone to see his personal residence. When it comes to journalistic integrity, specifically in the matter of what to publish and not to publish, therein lies the realm of what is known as noteworthy or newsworthy person. An individual donating to the legal defense fund of a defendant presumed innocent in an amount of $10 who was neither elected official or a notable celebrity does not fall within the scope of someone being noteworthy or newsworthy. That was a petty bitch. I thought I was a petty bitch. In the name of privacy, I will kick that reporter's ass. My goodness, can you believe that? $10. That guy should never work again. He should learn how to code. Make a video game or something. There's plenty of super woke video games out there. Governor Ducey has banned the use of sniffle passports. Governor Ducey today issued an executive order. Not a fan of executive orders, so I'm not a fan of this one either. Just saying. And Ducey already put out, I don't know if it was an executive order, I think it was. He basically said that we were going to open up the state and we're not going to mandate mask anywhere. right? You don't have to have a mask in order to go anywhere. And the mayors of the mayors of the cities are telling him, no, fuck yourself. We're gonna continue to do this. What you say be damned. So you have mayor, I can't even say the word properly. You have mayors blatantly going against the governor's decision. I wish they would have done that before. I mean, there was one, I forget where it was in Arizona. There was one that said they were never going to shut down. But now you got these mayors out there saying, no, we're going to do what we want to do. I don't care what you say. They're going to do the same thing with this. I can almost guarantee it. All right. So he issued an executive order banning the passports of the sniffles and preventing state and local governments from requiring Arizonans to provide their sniffle 19 certificates to receive or enter an area. The residents of our state should not be required by the government to share their private medical information, said Governor Ducey. While we strongly recommend all Arizonans get the sniffle 19 shot, it's not mandated in our state and it will never be. Your shot is up to each individual, not the government. Under the executive order, state agencies, counties, cities, and towns cannot issue a measure that requires an individual to provide documentation of their sniffle 19 shot status in order to enter a business, building, or area to receive a government service, permit, or license. Businesses contracting with the state to provide services to the public also cannot require documentation. Private businesses are not prohibited from requiring the certificate. Here's the thing. I'm gonna get back to this. Private businesses are not prohibited from requiring the documentation in order to provide services or allow entry. Additional healthcare institutions may require sniffle 19 shot status documentation of a patient, resident, employer, or a visitor, as permitted under state law. Schools, child care centers, and universities may also collect shot documentations. The executive order ensures that a long-term care healthcare institutions and other entities that collect the shot documents under current law can still do so. They're saying that private businesses are not prohibited from requiring these passports in order to go into their store. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not a violation of HIPAA? I would really like to talk to a lawyer about that, because if I go into a business and they require me to show documentation of getting a shot, I should be able to sue the pants off of them for violating my privacy rights. I'm not exactly sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Appointments to get the shot will continue to be available to everyone who wants it, especially for the underserved and vulnerable communities. Statewide, more than 20,000 shot appointments are available, including more than 5,000 in Tucson alone. To date, 4,495,000 shot doses have been administered to 2.7 million individuals. Yada, yada, yada. All right. That's all I want to read about that. Governor Ducey. All right. Let me scroll up. In the name of privacy, I will kick that first ass. So they want to dox us all and get us fired. What job are we good enough for exactly? What job are we good enough for exactly? I'd go full crazy grandpa on there. FEMA cap and Hamilton's? Question mark? He needs a proctology exam with a boat anchor. Ooh. See, this is why it needs Unleashed. I'm making a Domino-style pepperoni jalapeno by request. Governor Ducey. Well, that sounds delicious, Texas Antique. Oh, miss pizza. I have had pizza since the surgery, and I shouldn't have. But luckily, I can't eat it like I used to. So there's saving grace, I guess. A Snivel's passport should go against HIPAA. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I need to talk to a lawyer, because if I ever get denied service because they're asking for private medical information from me in order for me to come into their store, I think I should be able to sue the pants off of that place. I applied for a discount at Lowe's, military discount at Lowe's. They wanted my DD-214 info. My goodness, seriously? Laughing my ass off at the manager. I asked, what purpose do they need that for? Crazy. Oh, yeah, here's the thing. The discount is not even that much, right? It's like maybe the tax off of it, right? So you get like 5 or 10% off your items for your military thing. They're gonna lose so much money that they have to get your DD-214 in order to make sure that you actually are who you say you are. They have that many people signing up for that, that sweet, 5-10% off. Civilians have no clue what a DD-214 or what's on it. Yeah, I don't really know what's on it either. I've seen my dad's, but I didn't study it. Anyway, that's going to be all I got for you this evening. Thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out with us. So I'm going to show it. Here it is. Yeah. It's a nice little, it's light. It's definitely very light. It's very grippy. I do like how grippy that is. So yeah, that's what I got. I got the internal parts for it. I don't have the trigger bar. I don't have that stuff. But I mean, I have the lock block, or the block that goes there, slide block, and some other parts for it. So that'll be fun. The other one that I got was an aluminum paperweight and a AR-10 stripped upper. So I get to put one of those together. That is a new caliber to me. As I said, I didn't want to get into a new caliber, but I did pop for that. That was not cheap. Together, I think it was like $400 for the stripped upper and the paperweight. That's difficult, but I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm really gonna focus, and I might be wrong on this, but I'm really gonna focus on only trying to get a really good barrel and a really good bolt carrier group. I'd like to get them both from the same company. That would be ideal. If when you buy a bolt carrier group and a barrel at the same time, usually that means it's gonna match up even better than normal. However, all this shit should be mil spec as long as you don't go and buy it from some China knockoff place, right? So I don't know. I'm looking at a ballistic advantage barrel, and if I get a ballistic advantage barrel, I don't think they have bolt carriers that come with them. I don't know if ballistic advantage even makes bolt carriers, but we'll see. But those are the two parts that I really want to focus on, getting the best quality of them anyway. Also, they had trigger groups there. Oh, they had So I'm gonna to Irish. You know that place that I kept asking you, hey, what's that place again that had that trigger group that I want to get? That's a lot like the one that you had back in the day. And he's like, oh yeah, it's this site here. And I was like, okay. I finally popped and I bought that from that website. And then the day later, we went to the gun show. First time ever at a gun show, I see that same exact trigger group for sale for the same damn price I just paid for one online. However, the one online I paid with my credit card. This one I would have been paying with cash. You know how, I thought about coming home and trying to cancel that order and and just going back there and buying that one. I have ID, a tattoo, and a dog tag. LOL. Was not good enough for Lowe's. The ID, you think would. The tattoo, no, anybody can get the tattoo. The dog tags, I think most people could get those. I mean, it would be a lot to go. It would be a lot to go through. Like, I'm going to get that 10% discount. I just got to get this tattoo that's going to cost me like $300. And then freaking fake an ID, all this to get 10%. Yeah, 10% off. They also have a verification process online because you have to be retired or service connected to get the discount every day. And all vets get is 10%. My buddy who's retired from ED or EO is a store manager. Irish, I was pissed that they would require a copy of my DD214. It has classified info on it, including my demo license. Ooh, that'd be cool. Just between friends. I would have bought both. Can you make like, I don't know. Like if you really want, I'm guessing you don't want to go back to Lowe's, but if you really wanted to have that military discount at Lowe's, could you get a photocopy of it and then just like black out the confidential parts? I would have bought both. You would have bought both? I just didn't. I already spent more than I was supposed to spend on the 2 paperweights. I spent like $700. I took $400 to spend. I ended up spending $700. Yeah, the 308 is a great round. I know it is, and I'm gonna try to get a 20-inch barrel. I want to get a really nice long distance shooting semi-automatic rifle. I thought about the 18-inch, but I think the 20 is pretty much the golden sweet spot for accuracy for the 308. Just my opinion. If you got a different opinion, please let me know on that. Because right now, I'm only going from what I've seen on YouTube and other people talking to me, as the 20-inch is pretty much the one I want to go with. Fucking fakers are just to get a fucking discount. People lie. I get it, but the ID, if you have a military ID, that should be enough. You know? Yeah, you don't need a DD214 if you certified it online. Okay, cool. All right, guys, check out the links in the descriptions below. We have all the causes I believe in and support. So if you're looking for a cause to believe in and support, those are the ones that I recommend. We have ProjectRecover.org, an organization that goes out and looks for lost service members and returns the remains to their families. We have Rally Point Irish. Irish USMC vet has a GoFundMe starting where he's trying to get money to buy a location in Tennessee where veterans can live in room and board free while learning a new life skill like farming, blacksmithing, and gunsmithing. We also have the GOA, Gun Owners of America. Right now, they could probably use some funding. They're doing pretty good stuff, though, so I'm excited about the GOA, and if you want to support a gun organization that's actually going out and doing something, it's better than the NRA. Apparently, it's not perfect. I guess nobody is. So there's that. If you want to donate to my channel, 100% not necessary. YouTube and anybody listening, I am not asking for you to send me, but if you want to, there are ways to do so down below. You will not get anything for it except for my gratitude, and I will donate half of what you donate to me to Irish's Rally Point Irish because I believe in it that much. Other than that, all the places to follow me, since we did have a strike on my channel on Sunday that I appealed and won, I'm almost certain that same video is going to get struck again. So make sure you're following me on my backup channel, poisonstinger 2. Make sure you're following me on Gab, DLive, Rumble, and Twitter. And join my Discord group to know exactly if, that's the first place I post when I get a strike. I didn't post it this time because it was Sunday night. I appealed it. And then when I got up today and I looked, my appeal already was, I won my appeal. There was no need to put it on Discord. But if I had to go to Poison Stinger 2 today, I would have been posting that on Discord first. Thanks, you sir, for the bro, you know how it is. It's all the time, bruh. Yeah, all the time. It's all good. I do wish that the channel was monetized. I was able to donate a lot more to Irish back then. I was doing pretty good. It was almost every month that we're popping at least $50 over to Irish. And now, since YouTube demonetized me, I don't get that revenue anymore. So it's unfortunate. So go check out Irish's Rally Point Irish. And don't let me be the only one donating to it. So go check that out. It's a good cause. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Thank you very much, Bikes. You would believe how many people the shit they do just to get a discount. Stolen valor is real as fuck. I want to beat a mother. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, make sure to keep your family close, watch out for that government, and try to live as free as you possibly can in the tyrannical world we find ourselves living in. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.